welcome back to my channel. Did you miss me? I missed you. This is the yarn we are going to use. I'm just gonna pull it out of here. Starting off with a 5mm hook. And I'm gonna chain 55. And normally I would recommend to not make the chains too tight, but in this case I actually recommend you to make it a little bit tighter than looser, just because of the type of yarn this is. Now that you have your chain of 55, we are gonna start at number 7, the 7th chain from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're gonna do a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. And this is the pattern you're gonna use for almost the entirety of the front and back panel. The only part where you don't use this technique is at the triangle part and on the sides. But this is basically how we're gonna finish off this entire row. If you count it correctly, you should end up with 2 stitches at the end, so you can chain 1 and then crochet in the last chain. And this is your first row. For the next row, I'm gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason why I do 4 is because 2 is for the sides, 1 is for the corner, and this counts as a chain 1. Basically, this counts as my first double crochet. And then I'm gonna double crochet right above the previous double crochet. Chain 1. So this is how I'm going to continue. Chain 1, double crochet right above every single double crochet of the previous row. After this row, you're going to repeat just 3 more times, and then I'll be right back. I'm back with my 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can start on the 6th row, make 4 squares. When you're done with that, you're gonna put away the 5mm hook and grab a smaller one. I don't have this particular one in a 4, so I'm using a 4.5. I forgot what the thing is called that you can put in here. I don't have that with me right now, so I'm gonna use a bobby pin to secure this in place so that I can't actually fuck this over. But I really lost the word. But when you're done with that, you're gonna grab your smaller hook and you're gonna grab a new piece of yarn. So separate from the one that you already used for this part. With the smaller hook, you're going to insert this right here. So in the 5th square, you're gonna grab the yarn, you're gonna pull it through. And then you're gonna tie a little knot to secure it in place. And there's a pattern to the triangle shape. I will put something on the screen so you can see how many chains per row you need to make. For the first one, we're gonna start with 31 you're gonna insert your hook in the same hole where you pulled the yarn through, and you're gonna single crochet 31 chains. So the first one is through there, and the second one is inside the hoop. So remember to go through the here, and then inside the square, and you're basically just gonna repeat that until you have 31 chains. Okay, I changed the bobby pin for the actual thing. I still don't remember what this is called, but the bobby pin was too long. It was very annoying. But this is the first row of 31 chains. And now you're gonna repeat this 2 more times. You're gonna turn your work without chaining 1. Remember, do not chain 1. And then you're basically just gonna single crochet all the way down. And then you're gonna turn your work again without chaining 1 and do 31 again. So I'll be right back. Make sure that you really do 31 single crochet, because it looks like I only have 1 left, but this is actually also 1. So don't forget the last one. Make sure to grab this one too. Maybe a little bit hard to get your hook in it, but with a little bit of wiggling, you should be able to go through it. Or not. Okay. Help. There you go. Ta-da! 1 more row to go. After 3 rows, it should look something like this. Now we're gonna decrease to 27, from 31 to 27. And how are we gonna do that? I already turned my work. You're gonna slip stitch in the first 3 single crochet. If it will let me. 1, 2, 3. And now you're gonna chain 1. And then single crochet from the 3rd one until you reach 27. And if you do that correctly, you should have 2 loops left at the end. Now that you have this, you just turn your work and do 1 more row of the 27. Now that we are done with the second layer, we are gonna go to the 3rd one. Now we're gonna decrease from 27 to 23. And we're basically doing the same thing. Turn your work, slip stitch in the first 3. So, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then single crochet in the 3rd loop. And now we're gonna do 23, and yet again, you should end up with the last 2 open. At the end of the first row of 23, and you're gonna repeat this 2 more times. Turn your work, do not chain 1, make 1 row of 23, then again repeat, turn your work, do not chain 1, and make another row. And I'll be right back. Turn your work, and now we are gonna decrease from 23 to 19. So we're gonna repeat what we just did. Slip stitch into the first 3. So the first one is really hard to do. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, single crochet in the 3rd one. This is a row of 19, and we are going to make 2 rows of this. We are halfway through. Only 4 more decreases before we are done with the triangle. So now that we are done with 19, we are going to turn the work, and now we are going to decrease until 15. So we are doing the same thing. Slip stitch in the first 3. This will remain a struggle. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then crochet, single crochet from that third one until you have 2 left, and that should be 15. And you're gonna make this a row of 3. Can you guess? We are gonna decrease until number 11. So we're gonna repeat again. Turn your work, slip stitch in the first 3. Forgot. It's always the first one. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and then single crochet from the third one until you have 2 over, and it should be 11. We're gonna make 2 rows. I already turned my work. We're gonna decrease till 7. So slip stitch again in the first 3. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch, single crochet, see, 2 over, turn, 3 rows of 7, so 2 more. We made it to the last 2 rows. Now we're gonna decrease it until 3. So we're gonna do the same thing again. Slip stitch, 1, 2, 3. What did I do? Abort. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. 1, 2, 3. 2 over. Turn your work. 1, 2, 3. Yay! And this is the triangle. Now that we're done with this, we don't need this yarn anymore, so we're just gonna cut this off. And now we can go to this. We're gonna switch the 4.5 back to the 5. What we're now going to do is basically make this pattern over here until you reach the top. How you're going to do that is by, in this case, chain 1 and then slip stitch into the top of this. Okay. Now we closed this. We chain 1 and we double crochet into the second one. Oh God. Chain 1. Turn, and now we're just gonna double crochet until the end. Remember, 2 chains on the sides and then 1 in the middle, so this is the one you need. It's always a struggle to get it through. But eventually you will get through it. Okay. 2, 3, 4, turn the work. Now that we are here, it's a little bit hard to see where to put your hook through, but I like to do it through here, the front, like that. Then just double crochet. This is 1, 2, so you have to go through this one, if you can get through that. Chain 1 and slip stitch into this one. Maybe I did it a little bit too tight. Yeah. Oh God. Ah! So, I got it through. Chain 1, double crochet into this. And again, if I can get it through. Oh wait, it was meant to be a double crochet. This is the easy part. Now we can continue. 4. We're almost there. You're here again. So you need to do a double crochet in the second one from here. So 1, 2. Oops. Chain 1 and then slip stitch in the first chain over here. I'm using the smaller hook to get it through because I can't. Too tight. Ugh, got it. Ugh. Switching back. Chain 1. This is the last row. I just tied this knot, and now we do a double crochet through the first loop. Oh, now I made that too big. And now you just finish off this row. When you're done, it should look something like this. I'm gonna grab this again. I still don't remember what this is called, and it's driving me nuts, but I will figure it out. I'm gonna put this on here and then turn the work, and you're basically gonna repeat everything what you did on here over here, and you're gonna start over here in this corner with a different set of yarn. Let me see if I can actually get my hook through this. I was looking at the wrong way. It's this way. So 1, 2. I need to get it through this. I'm gonna use the smaller one. I just need to get the new yarn through this. Oh God. Yay! Oh God. Ah, there you go. Tie a little knot. get through this with the big one now. Oh yes, no, I can put this away. Oh god. Yay, now chain one, and you're basically just gonna double crochet your way to the end, and you're just gonna do the same as what you did here. Double crochet until the end, and then you're just gonna crisscross until you reach the top. I'll be right back. It should look something like this when you're done, and this is over here, and you don't need this anymore, so I'm just gonna cut this off and secure this, and we're just gonna use this from here. Just like that. We're basically just gonna do the exact same as we did in the first few rows, and we're gonna make a total of 11 more rows, and then I'll be right back. Just a reminder, chain 4, and then just double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and just repeat that. I'm back, and we're almost done with the front panel. This is another day that I'm filming this, so hence the light. The sun is a little bit weird, but we'll have to do with this. I said add 11 more rows, but you should add 12 more rows. In a total, you should have 25 rows. So you have 25 squares on each row like this, and then 25 rows like this. What we are now gonna do is make a border to make it a little bit more sturdier and just overall clean it up a little bit more. So you should be at the left or right corner underneath, depending on which side is the front panel. What you wanna do now is chain 1, and in the first square on this side, we are gonna do the side first. You're gonna single crochet 3 times. So 1, 2, whoops, 3. And for the entirety of this row, you're gonna single crochet twice in each square. So, okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And you're gonna do that until you're at the end of the row. Now that you have the sides, we're gonna do the top part. And the corner of the top parts is only 4, so 2 on each side. So you're just gonna single crochet on top of it twice. So 1, 2. And the top, we are gonna do it a little bit different. We are gonna single crochet with a double crochet ends. So we are gonna extend the double crochet each time. So you're just gonna find that, and then you make a single crochet, and you do 1 single crochet in each square. So single crochet to extend the double crochet, and 1 single crochet in the square, and that's how you're basically gonna finish the border. So this is the top row. We're now at the corner. Again, you're gonna do 2 single crochet on the top. So 1, 2, and 2 on the sides. 1, 2, and now you're gonna single crochet twice in each square until you're at the end, and we'll meet each other there. So this is the other side complete, and this part doesn't really matter where you put it. We make 5 single crochet, and it doesn't matter whether you do 3 on the sides and 2 on the bottom, or vice versa. I already have 2, so I'm just gonna add 3 more to complete this corner. And there you have it. And now the bottom is the same as the top. We're gonna single crochet by extending the double crochet part, and just single crochet once in the square. Again, extending the double crochet, and then in the square once. And when you're at the end of the corner where you started, because you already did 3 single crochet, you only have to add 2 more and then slip stitch, but we'll do that together. I'm at the last bit of the corner. I'm gonna single crochet here to extend the last double crochet, single crochet twice, and then find the first single crochet where we started. And I'm just gonna slip stitch this, et voila. And you're done with the border of this bag. All you have to do now is just to cut this off and tie this. And there you have it, the front panel of the Prada inspired bag. All you want to do is repeat almost every single step that we did, except for the square. You do not need the square on the back. And then you get something like this. Just a reminder, if you forgot, you chain 55 chains, and then you start at chain number 7, you double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and you just repeat until you are at the end of your chain. And then you chain 4, that counts as the first double crochet on the side. And then you just continue until you have 25 rows. And the border is exactly the same as the front. I mean, this is the Prada bag inspired, so you do not have to make it like exactly the same or pretty much a copy. So if this is what you like, you can just slip stitch the sides and make the straps and you're done. But I want to make mine a little bit wider, so I do make the sides. And we're gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you how I did that as well. I already have the bottom piece and one of the sides, so I just need to make one more side, which is basically just single crochet. We're gonna switch to the 4.5 millimeters or the 4 if you have. And you're just gonna grab your yarn, and as I've mentioned in the beginning, I hate to chain and then to work from there, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. You can just chain how many chains you want. In my case, I have 10 chains. When instead of chaining it and then single crocheting 1 row, I'm basically doing the first 2 rows at the same time. I'm gonna try my best to explain this. You're gonna chain 2, and I'm gonna make a single crochet because that's the chain I'm gonna use. So you're gonna, when you have 2 chains, you're gonna put it through the first, and then you pull it through. You have 2 loops on your hook, and you're just single crocheting the first loop and then the second loop. Et voila, this is the first chain slash row, because this is your chain 1 and this is the row. And the next one, you're gonna put it through here. This is your chain 1. Hope you can see this. You're gonna put your hook through like that, and then you're gonna pull through. Again, 2 loops on the hook, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and there you have your second. And you're just gonna repeat this until you have 10 chains. So in the second, pull through, single crochet the first, and single crochet the second. And now you have 3. So now you have your chain of 10 with the first row attached, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you're just basically gonna single crochet. You're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and just single crochet like you normally would. For the first side, I made 64 rows, and for the bottom, oh, this is the bottom. For the bottom piece, I made 54 rows, and for the side, I made 64 rows. So I'm just gonna repeat exactly this piece for the other side, and then we can attach it together. I'm back. I finished the sides, the last side, and forget what I just told you, because, well, not entirely. The sides is 64 rows. The bottom is actually 52 rows because I counted the stitches around the bottom of the front and the back panel, and they are 52. So if you make 52 rows for the bottom, and then to make it easier to attach all the different parts, I single crocheted along the sides as well. And if you make 52 rows for the bottom piece, you have exactly the same amount of stitches as the front and the back panel, so it's easier to attach each other. When you make the bottom piece, you have to be careful that every single row of single crochet is 1 single crochet on the top to make 52. But for the sides, you don't have to be that precise. I just kind of skip in the middle some rows, and I make sure that the last 10 rows are actually 10 so that it will fit. So what I did is I started here, and then I ended on this side, and then I continued, and then I cut the yarn. So now that I can make 1 single crochet row over here, and then with the yarn not cut, I can attach this to the back. This does not count as the first single crochet. This is the first single crochet. And you just need to make sure that you get 52 on the entirety of the 64 rows. And I just count them as I make them to make sure that I have enough. This is what I mean with skipping one. If I would be doing the bottom, I need 1 over here, but since I don't, I skip that one, but it's like barely noticeable. And here you have it complete. Now it's time to attach. I already attached the bottom and the other side. And this is how it looks. And what I did is just slip stitch it from the inside. I still need to weave everything in, but this is exactly how I'm gonna attach the other side. Gonna put the back inside out. And because this is curling inwards, I want this to be inside. And because I have to start on this corner, I have to attach it on the front piece. And if you really want to make sure that you do this correctly with the stitching, you can count from the back up. But what you can also do is see where the single crochets are, because you have the extended double crochets, that's this one, and then you added 2 on this part and 2 on this part. So you have to technically start in this one because that is the start of the side. So what I'm gonna do, I do not chain 1, I just immediately go back to the last part you made. So you go in here and you find the part over here, which is this one, and you're just gonna slip stitch this all the way down and you're just gonna continue all the way throughout. I have 2 more to go before I continue slip stitching the bottom part. Oops. So now the one side is attached. We can go to the bottom, and this is actually just the same. Get the pieces out, put it in there, find the other one, one more side to go, and you're just doing the same. I will meet you when we are at the top. I'm done with attaching everything. You can decide whether you want to weave everything in or leave that to the end. I think I'm going to leave that to the end. So I'm just going to turn the back inside out again. And this is her. Oh, wow. All you have to do now is just slip stitch 1 row on the top, and then you can make the handles. And I like the slip stitch just to connect this a little bit better than how it is now. So yeah, I'm gonna slip stitch all around the top part, and then we're gonna measure out where we want the handles to be. I did it. Unfortunately, there's one corner that was not aligned perfectly, so yeah, that's very sad because the rest is like looking pretty good. It's just that one corner, which I'm really bummed about, but let's just say this gives it more character. The last thing we need to do is make the straps, and I already put some, I finally remembered it's stitch markers. Wow, it took me a full day, maybe even more. And I marked it. I want them to have a width of 5 chains. And I'm just gonna make it as long as I want, and obviously on the other side too. And then we're done. I'm just gonna do a single crochet strap, just like the sides and the bottom. And I'm making them on both sides. And I'm not sure how long I'm gonna make it, but I'm just gonna measure it with myself and how long I want the straps to be. But when I'm done, I will tell you how long I make them. I guess I will show you when this bag is done. Guys, she is done. I cannot really get it in the full frame, but here it is. I will show you on. I finished the straps. Initially, I made the strap 100 rows, like for each strap, but that was too long for my liking. So I reduced it to 80 now. So this is a strap of 80 rows, single crochet. And do you remember about that one corner where I said it was like giving the bag a character? Well, I couldn't handle it. I don't even remember which side it is, but I fixed it. So can you tell on both sides? I mean, obviously you can put the logo on here. I will not, because I feel like if you know, you know. Or you can do this. But yeah, I will just keep mine like this, and currently I'm using it to carry all my current projects. So that's how I've been using this bag.